Welcome to the city of final pleasures. Feel free to weep at its magnificence. No? Not even a single tear? Moving right along then. Our first task is to register you as residents. You know, make it all nice and official. We'll smooth the way, so you just need to put on your happy faces and head through to Joyous Hall. The Bureau of Immigration is in the first room, on the left side of the passage. Declare your name and occupation in a nice loud voice. Oh, and pay no mind to those folk off to the side of the road. Much like the hopefuls in Gatetown, they haven't earned the right to enter the city proper. If, however, you enjoy basking in the envy of your fellow man, then by all means, take your time. But why waste another moment? Go! Enjoy the beginning of your new life in paradise.
The Bureau of Immigration, was it? I suppose we had better show ourselves willing for the time being.
Grace of Lord Vothry, we are allowed to hold relatively comfortable positions here.
Please, just let me up this once. I need to get back to him. Please, sir.
We'd never do anything to jeopardize that, understand?
If you must know, I'm here to register this man as a bonded citizen, and instruct him on proper manners, of course. I can't have him embarrassing me before my peers.
Yulmore. Finally.
What business have you here? You'd best not lay hands on any of the goods.
I'm becoming a citizen. At last. I'm so excited that my hands are shaking.
Welcome to Yulmore, fortunate friends. May I have your names?
I am Alphino, an artist, and this is my assistant.
Ah, yes, I was informed of your imminent arrival. We can forego the usual interview and begin processing your registration papers forthwith. Now, the citizens of Yulmore are divided into two classes. There are the free, who are blessed with the favour of Lord Vothry, and the bonded, who work in the employ of the free. You will be joining the ranks of the bonded. Your duties are to serve a patron in the capacity for which you were chosen. In your case, painting pretty pictures. Should your patron dismiss you for any reason, you must find another sponsor among the free, or accept work as a general labourer.
I see. And might you tell us something of the patron we are to serve?
The two patrons, actually. Chai Nuz and Dulia Chai, a mistal couple whom most refer to as the Chais. They are both gentle souls, but I would ask that you conduct yourself with respect and humility, for your own sake as much as theirs. Now, a moment please while I complete the relevant paperwork. All in order. These are your registration documents. Take those papers next door and submit them to the clerk. Once they've been stamped, you will officially be Yulmoran's citizens. Enjoy your new life in paradise.
What have we here? Alphino, artist, and you, artist's assistant, to be employed in the service of Lord Chai Nuz and Lady Dulia. Yes, everything seems to be in order.
Your registration is hereby approved. I think it best that we deliver you to the Chai residence before... You smell hideous! Did you crawl here through a ditch? It's like an unholy miasma of dust and sweat and the musk of some unwashed beast. Proceed directly to the delousery next door and scrub yourselves clean. Use whichever showers are free. After you've rinsed away that stench, you'll want to splash yourselves with this perfume, liberally. Once you've made yourself presentable, then you may proceed to the Chai residence. Cornen, the guard by the stairs, will give you directions.
I hadn't realised we were so aromatic. We're to bathe in here, then?
Maybe I should draw the curtain.
Oh, you've showered and dressed already, have you? Is it not... That is to say... It seems rather exposed for one's ablutions, does it not? Good gods, you will mention nothing of this. Swear to me. Well, that was bracing. I believe the lingering smells of the road have been successfully expunged. Shall we go and present ourselves to our new patrons then?
You're looking to present yourselves to the Shays, are you? Let me explain how the city's laid out then. Imagine 3 layers, one on top of the other. Above us is the understory, where the military has its headquarters. And above that you've got the canopy, which is where the free citizens of Ulmore spend their days. So, if you want to find your new patrons, you'll need to keep climbing until you run out of stairs, then look for the Grand Dame's parlour. They'll be in there, like as not.
this then?
Lord and Lady Chai, pray forgive our intrusion. I am given to understand you were in search of an artist.
Ah, you must be the new,
Oh, goodness me! What an adorable boy! That silken hair, those pearly cheeks, oh! And you even smell wonderful, like a bed of flowers. I approve of this one, dearest. I am positive he will paint us the most delightful pictures.
Yes. Well, as long as he paints better than that talentless wretch we sent packing last week.
Wonderful, wonderful! Welcome to Yulmore.
Alphino, if it please you, my lady. And this is my assistant.
Your assistant? I've heard of folk bringing in family members, but this seems a bit irregular. Aren't you a little young to have a protégé?
We are family in all but name, my lord. Though we share no blood, we have stood by each other through life's many challenges, resolved to prevail together or not at all. Of all people, 'tis she who best understands my work. With her unique insight guiding my hand, the art I create is sure to satisfy your expectations. Once the picture is begun, of course, I shall have no need of constant encouragement. And so I wondered, rather than her being in your way, might it then be permissible for my assistant to explore the city she has so longed to see? Out of gratitude for her priceless contribution to my art, I thought it only fair that I make this humble request on her behalf.
Oh, did you ever hear of such devotion? Of course your assistant must have her wish. She shall be free to roam to her heart's content. Isn't that right, darling?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course, dearest. Quite right.
Now you've the opportunity to experience Yulmore, I suggest you make the most of it. Explore the city top to bottom. In other words, I would start with the canopy and go from there. Try wandering around the market stalls, mayhap? Such places are usually filled with colourful characters, only too eager to share local gossip with a friendly visitor. I would appreciate it, of course, if you could share any discoveries with me in turn. We should both learn as much as possible about our, new place of residence. I shall remain behind and set up my painting paraphernalia, very carefully and deliberately. It could take some time.
I'm a free citizen, so I'm not required to work, but I like it. It's nice to feel as if I'm contributing, even just by helping people drown their sorrows.
It's my money, and I'll spend it how I please.
He's going to make himself ill again.
Oh, hello there. A fresh register, are we? You seem a little lost. Well, 'tis lovely to make your acquaintance. Speaking of acquaintances, you wouldn't happen to have run into my attendant on your wanderings, would you? Big strong lad? Long hair? Tied back? He was escorting me on a shopping errand when I realised I'd dropped my handkerchief, and now I've been waiting here all alone while he's been off searching for it. If you do see him, I would be obliged if you could pass on this message. Forget the silly handkerchief and return to my side at once.
And then the wretched pauper split his head open. Hilarious.
Wicked White, that was too close. Thank you, friend. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't come along. I was trying to rescue my lady's handkerchief, you see. The wind must have blown it over the edge, but luckily it caught on something. I thought if I could just stretch out far enough. It's not just a scrap of cloth, not if it belongs to her. I would risk my life and more to spare my mistress but a single moment of sadness. When I first came to Yulmore, I thought only of improving my lot in life. But there was so much more to this city than wealth and plenty. There is no war here, no conflict. The residents all treat each other with warmth and respect. My mistress has been ever so kind to me, and I can think of no other place in Colucia where I could possibly be happier. Sorry, I might have gotten a bit carried away. I find it hard to stop when I start counting my blessings these days. Please, you should come with me to meet my lady. Once she hears of your deed, you'll be witness to her generosity firsthand. What? Lonely, you say? Curse my clumsy feet, I must return to her immediately.
My attendant told me everything. I'm so very grateful you were there to offer your assistance. As if he were a member of my own family. I could not live the wonderful life I lead without him. We free citizens owe the bonded our unending gratitude. Mayhap in another society, our different standing would breed prejudice or resentment. But in Yulmore, a most glorious measure is in place to avert such unpleasantness. Part of that measure requires that the free surrender their fortunes. Upon registration, all of our property, financial, intellectual or otherwise, is given over to the city. In exchange, we are provided with ample funds and commodities to live a life of pampered luxury. Being liberated from the concern of earning coin has an almost miraculous effect on people's outlook. There are no rivals to compete against, only fellow residents with whom to enjoy our tranquil existence. Now, if you'll excuse us, I must see what the markets have to offer as a reward for the return of my handkerchief. Oh, and I've not forgotten you, of course, our courageous messenger turned rescuer. All this talk of relying on the bonded, and I haven't given a thought as to what your duties might be. I hope I haven't interrupted your work unduly. A tour of the city, is it? Then you really must visit the beehive. It's always buzzing with activity. Local humour. Anyway, a lady by the name of Tistabie usually has her seat near the entrance. She will gladly speak with you on any number of topics, assuming you find yourself on her good side.
Come back after business hours and I'll slip you something. You'll need a pick-me-up once. Marry me and you shall have everything you could wish for.
Oh, what a sweet talker.
You there. I need you to fetch my honeybee. Which honeybee? Don't be daft. The only person here who's as attractive as me, of course.
Good booze and an even better view. What more could a man ask for, eh?
Welcome to the beehive, my little drone. Seeking the sting of excitement to liven up your day? I can tell at a glance when folk are new to our happy colony. It's the nervous fluttering, you see. Always gives them away. Why don't we play some cards to set you at your ease, eh? If you win, I'll grant you a single favour, within reason, of course. Congratulations, your guess was right. Come whisper in my ear then, and don't be shy. Tell old Tista what she can do for you. That's all. How delightfully wholesome. But if knowledge is what you want, then that is what you shall have. In my humble estimation, the most wondrous thing about this town is how safe we are from the Sin-Eaters. They say Lord Vorthry was born with the power to command them, which means no Yulmoran need ever raise a weapon in defense of the city. Was that the kind of thing you wish to know? If your itch still needs scratching, you might get a few words out of Atharn over there. There's naught that merry sot likes more than the sound of his own voice.
I'm not sure how you found your way in here. Perhaps you would best find your way out again.
Care for a drink, sir?
Can you not see I'm busy? What's that? New to Yulmore, you say? Only just arrived, and already you're looking to peel away the layers of mystery. Oh, I'm all for chatting, but you need to slow down and enjoy life, my friend. I tell you what, you hop up on stage and give us a dance first, and then we can have our little talk. Go on, take a little turn up on stage. This is the beehive. If you're not drinking, then you should be dancing. Go on, there's plenty of room up there. Give us your best shimmies and shakes. That's the way. Dance like there's no tomorrow. Now that was a show. You're welcome to clamber up on stage anytime you like. So, what was it you wanted to ask me? Ah, yes. Something about our fair city. Well, I can tell you it wasn't always so peaceful as it is today. The Yulmoran army may be the very essence of military might, but even our forces saw grievous losses in the war against the Sin-Eaters. Things changed for us, around 20 years ago now, when the old ruler's son came to power. He's got this way with the Eaters, you see, turns them docile as house cats. I wouldn't be exaggerating to say they've become something of an ally to Yulmore, no longer an enemy to be feared. And yet elsewhere, there are still fools who insist on fighting their losing battles. Pah! A toast to Lord Vorthry.
Oh, you've returned from your jaunt around the city? So soon? You needn't have hurried back. Young Alphano has yet to put brush to canvas.
One cannot rush good art, I'm told. Or good artists, apparently. Ah, finally.
I've put together an ensemble out of the garments you chose. Is this satisfactory?
Oh, goodness gracious me! That last outfit was precious, but this makes you look positively dashing. You truly are a handsome boy, however am I to decide?
Exactly. The lad is an artist, dearest, not a dress-up doll. It's about time we set him to work for the reason we called him here.
Must we? I do love a good painting, but I thought since we were enjoying ourselves so thoroughly...
Well, I'd not. That is to say, as long as you... Just make sure you give the lad time to prepare. We know who'll be upset if he's not ready to paint at a moment's notice.
Whatever you say, darling. So, shall we pick out some jewellery next? I think Alphano looks simply precious in the more frilly fashions, but he seems the most comfortable in travelling wear.
Lady Chai has a very particular sense of beauty, and apparently that extends to how I should dress whilst painting. But this obsession of hers works in our favour. The time I spend indulging these distractions is time you can use to continue your explorations. For this excursion, I'd like you to delve into the layer below us and sniff about the military headquarters. I'm sure the understory has its own tale to tell. I will cover your absence should the Shay become suspicious.
You're one of the bonded, aren't you? Like me? Please, I need your help. My throat, I can't sing anymore. I've been making excuses, but it's just not getting any better. If my patron thinks I'm of no use to him, then I need you to sneak out to the derelicts and describe my condition to Thoaric. Here's a list of symptoms, and a hunk of meal to pay for his medicines. Please, I have no one else to turn to.
You need medicines, tonics, potions? A cure for an ailing voice, is it? No medicine will cure this. Methinks your songbird has a lump in her throat. It must be cut out, excised, and even then the voice may never heal completely. Hee hee! Poor little songbird. Will they kick her from the nest, I wonder? Or simply silence her chirps? Ho-ho, your face, you didn't know. Of the many hopefuls who enter the city, very few are ever seen to leave, even as corpses. Oh, you might see one or two fortunate fools hurled from the balconies, but the rest, gone. A town of nightmares it is. Not for this ship's rat, oh no. I'm content to scurry around down here and nibble on the crumbs which fall from the table. This consultation is over. You have my verdict and I have my meal. Good day.
So that's it? What am I to do if I can't sing?
Ah, there you are, my sweet canary. Have you been crying again? Don't tell me your voice is still not on the mend.
Oh, generous sir, have mercy. I've done all I can, but even the apothecary said...
So you've been suffering all this time? I am sorry, my pet. I hadn't realized your affliction was this grave, but you needn't fret. I'll not reward your hours of trilling by casting you out into the street.
You are too kind, sir. But what use am I if I cannot sing? I fear the day I become more burden to you than treasure.
Then I shall have a word with Lord Vothry and arrange for your ascension. In that paradise where resides neither pain nor illness will your song ring out clearly once again. Or mayhap you think it a step too far?
No, you would do that for me.
Of course. Why, I would almost wish to hasten my own ascension, knowing your blessed instrument was waiting there to greet me. Ah, you must be a new arrival to harbour such doubts. Allow me to allay your suspicions. As all know, the Sin-Eaters exist to devour the sinful, but also do they serve to gather the souls of the innocent and shepherd them unto celestial paradise. It is through Lord Vothry that we learned this truth. It is through Lord Vothry's grace that the free people of Yulmore are destined to embrace salvation. We are blessed to spend our days surrounded by love and merriment, until at last we are called to our final rapture. Even the bonded may find a place within that host, should their patrons deem them worthy.
Lord Vothry truly is a great man, isn't he?
Now if you will excuse us, we must be on our way. May you find eternal salvation for the compassion you have shown my precious canary.
Dearest, we really should have found you some new gloves.
Yes, my love, you're probably right.
It is good to see you back. You were taking so long, I began to worry something had happened. I've begun sketching an outline for the portrait, but nay, the chaise appear otherwise occupied. Will you share what your investigations have gleaned thus far? So, Lord Vothry boasts some manner of influence over the Sin-Eaters, does he? That would explain the reverence in which he is held by the citizenry. And as for this ascension business, I cannot help but be put in mind of that apothecary and his ominous remarks. If so many folk have entered the city over the years, Then where do they go?
I take my eye off you for one moment and you're chattering away with that assistant of yours. Am I to assume the outline is done then? What in the blazes? It's so unflattering. Explain yourself, Alpha No. Where is your artistic interpretation? It should evoke images of affluence and nobility and overwhelm the viewer with its boundless beauty.
Lord Chai, you stated that this portrait was to commemorate your anniversary. Yours being a joyous union, it seemed to me that a realistic portrayal...
Realistic? I don't want realism. I want perfection. A spectacle to slacken jaws and weaken knees, to make people cry out in amazement. Now, fetch a blank canvas and... I say, did that come from above?
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. A tale to make you quiver and your noble blood freeze. There was a villain on the loose, set to ruin our fair city. But our Lord has got him now, and his fate will not be pretty. Yes, the hammer of justice is poised to come crashing down, and one and all who'd watch it fall are invited to join his lordship in the offer.
A malcontent? How dreadful!
And this man is to face sentencing?
That's right. In fact, if you're curious, it might be worth you going along for the experience. The offer they mentioned is part of the Emergent, the level above us where Lord Vorthry resides. Ordinarily, you would be barred from entering, but it seems they'll be opening its doors for the next little while. The Crown Lift will take you up there.
We had better not dawdle then.
That's him. That's Vorthry. He is attended by sin-eaters. But how does he keep them from attacking?
Mercy! Mercy!
By the 12. Kaishia, what happened to you?
Who are these impudent louts? I do not recall requesting their presence.
Lord Vorthry, what is the meaning of this? Why is this poor man bleeding to death on your floor?
Why? You ask me why? Because criminals must be punished. And this man is guilty of fraud. He came to us, claiming to be a man of business. Yet his subsequent conduct has shown him to be anything but. Yulm is a city built on love for one's fellow man. Those who have naught to give and live only to take are a blight upon our society! To atone for this crime, I ordered that he fling himself from the balcony. And he had the temerity to weep. Please, my lord, anything but that. What then is a man of mercy to do, but offer the sinner another way to show his contrition?
Another way? Meaning what exactly?
Sin-eaters are part of Yulmore's society, but they must be fed with ether. Living ether. So, I demanded an offering of flesh, carved by his own hand, from his own hide. And still, he could not do as I asked. A wholly unsatisfactory performance.
It is true that Kaishir won his place here by fraud, but his actions were driven only by a desire to share in your paradise. That you would cast him out I could almost accept, but to humiliate him thus, to demand his very life? Is this truly the way of Yulmore?
Oh, you dim, deluded child. Have you ever paused to consider what it takes to maintain such a paradise in this barren, broken world of ours? The guarantee of safety and stability. The knowledge that if one only abides by the rules, one has naught to fear. I alone can offer these things, for I alone can command the Sin-Eaters. And thus am I alone the voice of justice, and any who oppose me, villains to be punished.
People call this paradise.
You were granted a place in my city for a particular skill. What was it?
Painting.
Oh, an artiste! Then you shall paint a picture for me. Of Yulmore. If I find your art pleasing, then I may excuse this display of insolence. Who gave you permission to tend to that criminal's wounds? I told you to paint me a picture!
What you need is a mirror, not a painting. It will capture the horror I see before me far better than I ever could. Can you walk?
I think so. Did that little worm just insult me? I'll kill them! I'll kill them all! I'll enslave their minds! I'll torment them! Torture them! Then tear out their hearts!
Forgive me. In my anger, I seem to have marched us back outside again, though it is probably best we leave the island altogether. I believe we've worn out our welcome in Yulmore. In any case, I've seen enough of the world's self-proclaimed capital city to convince me that our battle against the Sin Eaters will find few allies in Calusia. I will accompany you back to the Crystarium. We need to regroup and think on our strategy anew. Kai Shir, I have done you a grave disservice. You were hungry and desperate, and I offered you a solution without once considering the risks inherent in you accepting it. If I had but known the price you would be made to pay.
You gave me everything I needed to make your idea work. It was me who made a mess of things, not you. But even after all the trouble I caused, you still stepped in and saved me. And now Lord Vorthry wants us all dead.
Why not come back with us to the Crystarium? I'm certain we can find work for you there if you're willing.
No, that would just be me leaning on your kindness again. I need to do some thinking. Learn how to stand on my own 2 feet.
Very well, but you must promise you'll be careful. The Ulmarans may yet come looking for us.
I'll keep my head down, don't worry. And you take care too. Give me the chance to repay what you've done for me.
Alfino?
Lord and Lady Chai.
What in the blazes did you do? They have the entire city looking for you.
I took a peek at your unfinished portrait, Alfino. Now, I've had many a beautiful and striking picture painted for me, but there was something about your work. It was as if you had caught the very essence of our love and rendered it naked upon the canvas. It was bold, unflinching, and I adored it. Please, you must come back with us and finish what you began. I will speak with Lord Vorthry and vouch for your character. I'm sure we can smooth over any hard feelings.
I am sorry, Lady Chai. There are more important matters to which I must attend.
More important? What could be more important than enjoying the days we have left to us to the fullest?
Pray press me no further. We are leaving. But I would not presume to take the garments you were so kind as to procure for me. One moment.
I wouldn't hear of it. Keep the clothes, you silly boy. I insist. And I shall make arrangements so that you can pass through the gate without causing a stir. I expect you to come and visit.
I will return. I promise you that. The outrage I witnessed must not go unanswered. The next time we meet, I shall be better prepared to confront the corruption which hides behind the glittering facade.
Thank you, my friend, for staying at my side through this whole sordid endeavor. Whilst not quite the joyous outcome I had hoped for, our efforts have nevertheless answered a great many questions. Suffice it to say, our plans for saving the First are unlikely to involve the aid of Lord Vorthry and his subjects. We must speak with the Exarch and chart a new course. This is far from over.